There continues to be a significant need for behavioral health workers around San Diego County.
Right now we have a shortage of about 8,000 of these workers, and local leaders, current employees are getting together to try to figure out how to bring more workers in and retain them. CBS 8's Chris Groh has the details.
And in talking about this subject and hearing others talk about it, it's an issue both not only in the future, but also right now, which is why Supervisor Nathan Fletcher says action needs to be taken.
And today is not about programs, it's not about buildings, it's not about beds. It's about the people who staff and fund and provide those treatment. We need more of them. We need to pay them better. We need to train them better. And that's what today is all about. And in the last 3 years.
And so let's give you the scale of this issue. According to a new report, San Diego County will need more than 18,000 behavioral health workers in the next 5 years to meet growing demand, to deal with the population growth and the fact that so many are leaving the industry. That's why today's symposium took place, to talk about actual solutions and ideas that could not only try to remedy the problem, but try to address it and also try to better behavioral health and how it is addressed here in this county. And when I was talking about the present issue, according to the county, they have about 17,000 workers in behavioral health in the current workforce, and that's about 8,000 short to meet current demand. So what are some of the solutions that were discussed today? Well, investing in competitive compensation. According to economists that worked with San Diego, the San Diego workforce, they say that that is going to be one of the bigger things, trying to make sure that people can be paid to not only afford to live here, but to make San Diego an attractive destination, but also build a regional workforce training fund to help pay for professionals to learn more, establish regional training centers. And one of the other sort of unique ideas, listen to workers regularly, not only about issues like with compensation, but about what they're dealing with day-to-day issues. So this is something that, again, will likely lead to some sort of legislation, and they're calling for legislation as well as funding. So continue to follow CBS 8 as this issue is discussed further, solutions are proposed, and we'll see exactly what action is taken in the future. Reporting from the San Diego County Administration Building, I'm Chris Groh for CBS 8.